Rosie Sprout's time to shine. Violet was the best. Everyone agreed. She ran the fastest in gym class. She sang the loudest in choir practice. She was the loudest storyteller at lunchtime, and she looked the fanciest on picture day. Violet was definitely the best, and everyone agreed. Except Rosie. Rosie was not a fast runner. She could not sing very high, and she was not the loudest storyteller. And she did not get very fancy for picture day. But Rosie was tired of hearing about Violet being the best. One morning, Miss Willis told the class they would each grow their own pea plants in little pots on the windowsill in the back of the classroom. Everyone was excited. Violet was the most excited. Her plant would definitely be the tallest. She was the best after all. For homework, the students had to decorate their pots. Plants like a nice place to grow, Miss Willis said. Violet's pot was the sparkliest. Rosie's wasn't, but it still seemed like a nice place to grow. See, I even put sparkles on the inside. As Miss Willis helped the students put soil into their pots, she asked, "What do seeds need to become healthy plants?" "Air, soil, water, sunlight." Miss Willis was impressed. "What good gardeners you all are." Rosie made a hole in the soil with her finger, dropped in a little seed, and carefully covered it up. Days went by, and everyone waited. They watered their pots, but nothing happened. Even Violet's isn't growing. "Well, when it does, it'll probably be the best." "Yeah, probably. Peas are gross anyway. We should have planted watermelons or something. My sister's into kumquats." Then one afternoon, Rosie noticed a green dot poking through her soil. There was a tip of a green in Violet's pot, too. Rosie couldn't wait to show Miss Willis, but Violet, who was the fastest, yelled, "Mine is the first to grow! Hooray!" The next morning, Rosie got to school early to check on her plant. She was very proud of it, but Violet's was a little bigger than hers. "It figures," Rosie thought. She looked over her shoulder. No one was there yet except Miss Willis, who was writing vocabulary words on the chalkboard. Quickly, Rosie pushed the soil on top of Violet's plant. "There," she thought, "now my plant is the best." She slid into her seat. Rosie felt like the best for a few seconds. Then she started to feel a little guilty. But the bell rang, and she knew it was too late to fix things. When everyone was seated, Rosie noticed that Violet wasn't there. "Good morning, class. I wanted to let you know that Violet won't be in school for a few days. She has the chicken pox." Rosie slinked down in her chair. She started out feeling bad for Violet's plant. Now she was feeling a little bad for Violet, too. Just a little. She knew what she had to do. For the next 2 weeks, Rosie came to school early and took care of 2 plants. She gently shook off the soil she'd pushed on top of Violet's little sprout. She watered her plant, and she also watered Violet's. She sang quiet little songs about growing to her plant, and then she sang to Violet's. She made sure they both were in bright sunlight. Miss Willis was very pleased. "I believe you're the best gardener I've ever had, Rosie." "Yes, definitely the best." Rosie beamed. When Violet finally returned to school, everyone crowded around her to hear about her chicken pox. "I ate mint chocolate chip ice cream and watched TV for days and days. And my mom bought me a new shirt and a new bracelet and 3 new pencils with blue erasers. My doctor told me I had the worst case of chickenpox he'd ever seen. It wasn't long before Violet remembered about her pea plant. When she skipped to the back of the classroom, everyone followed. "My plant is the tallest! Hooray!" Violet exclaimed happily. Then she noticed the one next to hers. "Whose is that?" "That's Rosie's. She's been taking such good care of both plants," Miss Willis told the class. Everyone agreed. Violet's and Rosie's plants were the tallest. "Thanks, Rosie," Violet said very quietly. "Well," she said much louder as everyone returned to their seats, "mine is still the sparkliest." Miss Willis looked at Rosie. Rosie looked at Miss Willis, and they smiled.